Fuck Sean, go fuck yourself. Okay guys, tomorrow it's Tekken Day. You fucking quit the game!
Get ready for the next battle.
What the fuck? Let's just have fun looking at where he dodges to. Let's see. Which one? Which one? He actually runs away all the way back. This is my interaction, just toying with my Q here. To like, see where he dodges to. Oh, I'm sorry. We're leaving! Whee! Saved. So you're telling me sudden impact Riven with longsword level 1 with armor removed and the GP has to deal with it now? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay, I got my CDR boots now, and now we go for... We could do this again. Finish this into another brutalizer. He's 9-1. How do bot lanes every fucking game just run it, dude, non-stop? How is it possible? Every single game. I'm gonna flame him. Stop it! Stop inting my games. Ezreal told me Ezreal is weak. Bro. Any champion that goes 9 kills would be strong. For free? Like that? Play fucking Yumi, full AP or something. Maybe 9-1. She might be able to kill someone. Fuck. What? Ah. I respect it. You know what's funny though? He built the entire game and his whole game plan off of like surviving dives for the whole game. Exhaust. Flash, exhaust. This guy's just flashing, exhausting me permanently. Kind of a dick move, if you ask me. What the fuck? I can't believe I died there. That's a lot of fucking damage. Let's see, which one do we want to do? I guess Sunder Sky wouldn't be bad right now. 2400. I guess I could just finish that before that. You're forgetting that he's squishy. No, I thought I would one-shot him before. I mean, I would have if he did like 100 less damage. Like 100 less damage, he would have died there. Hey, how was I supposed to know he was gonna do 1k damage on that one trade like that? Fuck that, man. Get Eclipse? Nah, I would have died there regardless of the build. If I wanted to do that. But... God damn. Fucking shred. I mean, Ezreal did the most there. And it makes sense because he's super fed. Fuck. team's actually winning that. Let's go. Let's in the mid lane. I was like, why didn't I one-shot him? He has a frozen heart. He has a frozen heart. What the fuck? He's gonna go Iceborne next. I mean, I do have a ton of armor pen though. When you go for trades and then, you know, what are the times when it's good? When they give you opportunities. When they, let's say like you're in the middle of the lane and, well, the thing is you need to have a game plan before the lane starts of like what you're supposed to do in the matchup. But then in lane, it comes down to like when people walk up to go for minions, right? Every single time someone goes for a last hit, you're negotiating gold with them. I thought you should see it. It's a negotiation. So you're either trading HP, gold, right, or your opponent's HP. And there's also the last option, which is where you just bait them. You don't actually do anything. You just let them make their mistake. Fist bumps are cringe. That's like the best thing they added this season. What are you talking about, Ellie? Asthma base the same thing. You can fist bump the other dogs that you're playing with. It's dope. He agrees with you, he disabled them? Ah, what a grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. I feel like when I trade in lane I fuck up my ways and then it feels kinda shitty. Tell you what, I'll give you a little rundown before I keep queuing. Actually, we can do it through a video instead. It's probably better. Hey, you know what? To inflate my ego, let's watch the laning phase I had versus best Riven NA for this. Actually, that's fine. We'll do it through the replay. Yeah, okay, it's better that way. Okay, so look, every single game. Again, this is what I used to do. I kind of do it on autopilot now. This is what you're supposed to do. You look at your draft compared to the enemy draft, right? You compare what junglers are gonna do based on what they show you early game, right? You kind of adapt to it because there's talked about this before. There's a way of thinking about the game that's like optimal and a way of thinking about the game that's like based on adaptation, which is like exploitative, right? You're exploiting people. So typically in solo queue, most of the time, you want to adapt your own gold income, right? Like the situations that give you gold in a way that's optimal, but everything else around that, around your teammates and their decisions, have to be exploitative. So you're constantly testing to see what's like correct or isn't correct, right? So the moment this game begins, I wait to see what my junglers want to do, right? This guy's here, and this Graves is starting here. So my assumption as a laner is, oh, I want to get priority so I can get my wave crash, reset, get item lead, etc. Because what dictates whether you're winning a lane or not is minion wave priority, right? So if win minion wave priority is the main way for you to have like an advantage over your opponent, that should be like the primary thing. So the primary thing here is this, what the wave states will look like, right? So look, the lane starts, right? I see him walking through here. So I'm just exploiting the fact that he's like using his Q here first, right? And I want to just get a short poke on him and then walk away, right? I don't actually want to commit the whole way here, right? Look at that. The only reason I'm sticking with him now is because he's not running away from me, right? So look, we'll put it there from the beginning again real quick. Most matchups, you already have like your game plan predetermined, right? So what does Riven do? Riven is good in short bursts, right? Like if she does a fast Q combo, right? She does more damage more quickly than Fiora. But how does Fiora excel? Fiora excels by having a fight that lasts longer than the fast Q combo by extension, right? So it's like deep damage over time compared to burst. So Riven would never want to all in level 1 here because she loses. She just loses the extended trade. So, but look, she just keeps walking out. Keeps walking out. And look, this is the key thing. If the trade finished here, right, and he had longsword or potions or whatever, it would still be okay. He can still come back from this, right? Right. But look, he lost a lot of HP there, so it just fucked him over. So he's supposed to just walk through the lane like normally. But look, my game plan, like I said, is it's wave priority now. So in this spot, right, my Q's down. His Q's are about to come up. If I let him regen, he has a chance of like killing me, right? Or at least like turning it around somehow if I fuck up. But if I force the situation here really hard like this, he's out of the game regardless. I don't even need to get like his flash or anything. Because look, you'll see, the main thing I get that I want is this. The wave to push back over there. So whenever you're trading in lane, regardless of matchup, regardless of like, you know, whatever's happening, this is what you want. You want the wave push into them. You want it stacked up, right? So here's where I start getting this like priority and back and forth. Why do you want this? Because whenever you're stacking up waves, even if the enemy jungler ganks you, they can't kill you or anything, right? Unless like your trading went really bad at the start. The only time you don't do this, again, because it's all like variable, some games you don't do this. The only time you don't do this is when you let the wave push back into you because you're giving up priority entirely. Like let's say they have like Lee Sin, right? And he started down here and you know that. So then in that case, you'd be like, and you have like a cane or something, right? It's like, oh yeah, nah, fuck that. I don't want to really go for priority because this matchup, like it's kind of hard for me to crash and then I'm going to be in like a 1v2 scenario. And then it's like, then you can kind of leave that. But then you got to think about the fact that if you do that on the bounce back, they can still freeze it on you and you're fucked either way. Which is why, you know, where draft and matchups and all that stuff comes into play. No, Bjarne is great. He's a great player. But this matchup just got a little bit too like exploited in this obviously. Like now, like he can't do anything. Basically, it's like the whole game plan comes down to the waves, the matchup 1v1 and all that, and you learning when to create these spots that are good for you comes from experience and you mapping out the matchup. So you know what I used to tell people is what you do is you get a friend that's around your same skill level if you wanted to. You practice the matchups and then you have like at least like an idea of what you're supposed to do for the first like 5-10 minutes, right, of the match. Like like the matchups are for me are hella like predetermined already. Like I already know if I win or if I don't win, right? And the only thing that like changes them drastically is like jungle coming in and they fuck up like one specific part of the matchup and then it opens up the spread of options that can happen and it's like, well, you can't really practice that. If Riven gets priority, how can she trade if your enemy Q, if her Qs push waves automatically? If Riven gets prio, how can she trade with enemy if her Qs push waves automatically? That's why you gotta be careful. Because let's say that you do level 1 Q trading, right? And you chunk them out, but then the wave isn't really that great for you to crash on 3rd or 4th. Crash on 2nd. If you crash on 2nd, the wave goes back to the middle again, slow push back to you, and you can you know, reassess how you want the next wave to go. Everything is based around the waves. You know who teaches this stuff really well? Alois teaches this really well. He has a lot of really good videos showing like fundamentally what you're supposed to do. From all the way like the lower elo brackets all the way to masters. And then there you see like why wave priority is so important. He has a lot of really good YouTube videos you should check out. And he has it for a bunch of different champions too, not just Riven, so it's good. The cool thing is about like every game you play, including League, is that once you have fundamentals, you can tweak things how you want it to be, right? If you have your gameplay style copied, like exactly how Alois does it, it's perfect because that's like how you get the most consistent gold income over like a large span of time, right? Like a long period of time. But then from there, you can be like, I want to tweak something. I don't want to farm as much in these situations. Or, I want to be a little bit more aggressive. I want to roam a little bit more. I want to do this a little bit more. I want to do a different build. I want to do, and you start tweaking how you change things, right? Like you start tweaking how much you want to actually make your game plan exploitable compared to optimal. And that's like the coolest part about like competitive video games, I think. At least to me, it's like you find all these different little play styles and they're all good in their own way. Well, I guess not all of them, but the large percentage of them, right? Like the optimal ones are really good. And the exploitative ones are the riskiest ones, obviously, because it's exploiting bad gameplay. But, you know, it's like that dance between exploit, optimal, And that's just talking about it like from like a strategy standpoint, right? In the actual like game when you're playing like micro, where you're piloting and your opponent's piloting and you're trying to trick each other into making a mistake, that's probably even cooler than what we're talking about here, because that part isn't even explored that much by even like the pro players in this game compared to like other games like Tekken, Street Fighter, all that, right? Like it's a lot more defined. Like fighting games give you that the ability to do that, those little things, but in League you can apply all those things, and it's really cool. Like let me give you an example. Like let's say you're playing Pantheon, your opponent is whatever champion, right? If you're the opponent and you're waiting for the Pantheon to do a Q, you're constantly trying to like juke him, right? What the Pantheon can do is like he can auto attack a minion, right? And then press S to cancel his auto attack, and it looks exactly as if he's starting his Q to hit you. So now permanently, if you do that like 2 or 3 times in front of your opponent and they don't move because they're getting used to the fact that you're doing that, now every single one of your Qs hits, right? So yeah, hopefully that helped out a little bit. Do you have a link to the Spotify playlist? Oh, I got you. Let me link it to you.